just checking out my ball jointed dowel board on Pinterest and trying to figure out what I'm going to paint today. This girl right here is the inspiration for the last painting that I did that had the ice cream cones in the background. The watercolor palette that I'm going to be using today is called Hello Spring. It has a lot of nice neon colors, and I spot her, and I think she is going to do well with these colors today. So here I'm starting the watercolor on the wood, going in with the blue, which is called Sugar Peeps Blue, and I absolutely adore that name. Add in some green, gonna put in some pink, just watercoloring. And right here we're doing some editing magic. I made a whole bunch of mistakes. I decided I didn't want her hair the way it was, so I just kind of sanded it down. Didn't think that anyone would really want to watch that, so sanded her hair off and kind of started over with that. So that's where we're at now. Finishing up these little lollipop circles, and I'm going to get started on her hair since she's no longer having the two ginormous buns in the background. I felt like they were kind of competing with the lollipops, so we're just gonna give her the original hair that the inspiration doll had, and yeah, see where that goes. Alright, so my favorite part, getting started with the eyes. So I had a little bit of editing magic here, and you can watch that happen. I kind of drew in her eyelashes and somehow messed up on the editing. So then I take my hand away and boom, she has eyelashes. So I thought that was kind of fun anyway, a little magical effect. So right here I'm just going in with some colored pencils and just trying to give her skin a little bit of pinkness and some highlights, since I really didn't color it in. It's actually just the color of the wood. Alright, starting to put some of the pink in her hair, get rid of that white. Just really working on that hair, making sure we have lots of layers so she looks like she has a little bit of dimension going on there. Basically just mixing the watercolors with the gesso, and it makes it kind of like you're working with opaque watercolors. Alright, looks like she's gonna be getting some bows in her hair. Right now just working on little details, and I'm gonna be getting her clothes colored in and get all that darkened up. And this that I'm using right here is a watercolor pencil. So I'm just outlining her and then I'll go over it with water just to get a shadow going. Still working on defining those edges. Trying to darken that up a little bit. And actually, when the painting's all done, after I got it away from this lighting and got a good look at it, I decided to actually darken up the background even more. She was blending in way too much, like her hair was blending in with those lollipops in the background. So I ended up darkening all that. So this was a 6-hour painting for me. Yep, condensed it down to, looks like 26 minutes. It's a very involved process. I think the only thing I wasn't that involved in was the shape of her hands. They're kind of like little mitts, but I'm alright with that. I don't like to mess with the fingers too much. Alright, so now we got our orange Posco paint pen and coloring in that little, I don't know what the heck it was that doll had on. It was some sort of a little, I don't know, weird knitted necklace thing. So that's what she's got. I did edit a lot of this extra stuff out because I went in real hard with a lot of polka dots and just pretty much just doing way too much. After I did all that, when I went through and darkened the background, I also made her bow around her waist white and kind of took away a lot of the excess polka dots that I had in there. So right now I'm just trying to give her like a sheer little tulle skirt. I want you to be able to see her legs cross underneath it, but I needed something else there, I felt. These colors really are really nice. I love her paints. It's all handmade watercolor. The lady's name who does it, I really probably shouldn't say lady. I think she's a younger girl, makes them out of Idaho. And she has an Etsy store. Designs by RachelBeth. I have a ton of her watercolors. Super, super nice. So it might seem a little weird that I am using blue pencil, but actually like blues and purples work really good for shadow areas in your face. And then it just gives a really nice, it almost seems like a reflection. It might seem a little unnecessary, but I think when you compare what a painting or drawing looks like before you start adding, I mean, if you just left it, drew your initial drawing, left it, and didn't really go through with anything else, it just feels flat, like you're missing something. So we're actually almost done. It looks like about 6 more minutes. I really tried to make this video only be 15 minutes, but I mean 6 hours of footage is kind of hard to condense down to 15 minutes. And I decided to go through and clip certain things. I think my other ones I just kind of put at 20 times the speed. They'd go super fast. Oh, there we go. I'm doing some sanding. I like to rough up my paintings so they look a little bit worn, like old almost. I think it kind of helps with all the extra little dots and stripes and things I tend to put in things. using the white Posca paint pen. Oh, and here she is getting, I guess, my version of a unicorn horn. I felt like with these colors she definitely had like a unicorn vibe going on. So I actually think I'm going to name this painting a Unicorn Girl. And as you can see, I'm going ham with all of these dots. There's dots everywhere. And the sad thing is they really don't make it to the end. I think my unicorn horn kind of looks like a party hat. So I'm just kind of hovering around with this paint pen because I want to do so much. Like, I want to put little hearts everywhere and I want to put more dots everywhere, but I'm trying to contain myself. So ultimately I decided that I will try a little bit of minimalism and just put some upside down hearts to signify the end of her little tutu. Gotta have the dots in between the hearts. Just has to be done. Oh, now I'm signing. But I know I cannot finish a painting without some sort of glitter. So I think we're going to glitter up the skirt and her little unicorn horn. And trust me, I want to glitter all over every lollipop, on her ribbons, on everything. But I was very good. So what I will end up doing with this is putting a coat of art resin, epoxy resin on it, and the original will be for sale in my store, which the link is below. And I think that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. There she is. Bye.